In 1975, the world was quiet. Families sat in their living rooms, watching the evening news, unaware of the strange event about to change everything. On a peaceful suburban street, the stars twinkled overhead, and shadows rested undisturbed beneath parked cars and streetlights. Then it happened. A bright, unnatural light pierced the sky, hovering silently above the rooftops. A woman stepped onto her porch, squinting against the brilliance. Her breath caught in her chest, fear prickling her skin. The light grew brighter, almost alive, bathing the street in an unearthly glow. This wasn't a plane. This wasn't a shooting star. This was something else. Slowly the ship lowered to the ground, its presence overwhelming, its size suffocating. Came. Tall, sinewy figures with translucent skin stepped out into the light. Their bodies shimmered faintly, as though starlight coursed through their veins. Their eyes, glowing and unblinking, studied everything with a detached intensity, as if deciding the fate of the world with a single glance. The townspeople, drawn by the glow, gathered at the edge of the field, their breaths visible in the crisp night air. Fear hung heavy in the silence until a man finally whispered, "What do they want?" Before anyone could answer, one of the beings raised its hand. A sudden beam of light shot out, splitting the air with a deafening crack. The shockwave hit the crowd like a physical force, sending people stumbling, screaming, scattering into the darkness. The visitors had arrived. In a dimly lit laboratory on the outskirts of the city, a lone scientist sat surrounded by flickering monitors. Strange patterns pulsed across the screens, signals alien and indecipherable. Back in the city, panic had taken hold. Glowing orbs hovered above the skyline, their light casting shifting shadows across the buildings. Cars lay abandoned in the streets, their headlights still on. People ran in all directions, their screams blending with the low hum of alien energy that buzzed through the air. In a small diner, the lights flickered overhead. A man stood frozen in the middle of the street, his face illuminated by the light of a descending orb. He whispered, "This can't be real." But it was. In the wreckage of the city, a group of survivors huddled together in an abandoned warehouse. Through the broken windows they watched as a massive ship drifted silently above, its shadow swallowing entire blocks. "What do we do now?" a young woman asked, clutching a child to her chest. Her voice trembled with fear. An older man, his face lined with exhaustion, leaned against the wall. "We survive," he said grimly. "That's all we can do." Outside, the ship's lights flickered, casting an eerie glow over the desolate streets. The hum of alien machinery filled the silence, relentless and unyielding. In the countryside, beneath a sky filled with drifting alien ships, a lone figure stood in the middle of a vast field. The man's face was set in determination, his fists clenched at his sides. Though the sky burned with strange lights, though fear clawed at his chest, he refused to look away. "They think they've won," he thought, "but they don't know us." Above, Earth hung small and fragile in the vast darkness of space. The alien ships loomed like silent sentinels, their glow casting faint shadows over the planet. Their hum, low and mechanical, echoed across the void, a haunting reminder of their dominance. Yet even in the face of such overwhelming power, something remained, a flicker of hope. Strange visitors from the cosmos, 70s alien invasions return. The invasion had only just begun.